it's going to take men to correct men, right? And it's going to take women to correct women. But I feel like a majority of women are scared to check or correct other women because they know that attitude. They know that kickback. They know that she know your secrets and you know hers. You know what I mean? So they almost have like this code among themselves to always support what they're doing, whether it's negative or positive.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another interview, man. And today, I'm just so glad to be here, guys. Make sure that you guys like, subscribe, hit the bell. But I have a brother on here, man. I've been I've been having some difficulty getting him on. My bad. But this brother right here is very, 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 very important. And I'm gonna let him tell who he is and what his name is and what he does. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, so I go by King Thesis. I'm from Fort Bragg or Fayetteville, North Carolina, fourth generation prior military. I'm a tattoo artist of 12 years. I have my own tattoo shop here in Fayetteville called New World Inc. I also produce digital content courses. I also I create what they call clay chains. I have a hair care company called Sea Monster Waves, and I also have a tattoo aftercare company called Inky. So that's who I am. I'm the one that designed the St. Samuel's tattoo, and
Okay.
I did the tattoo on my ex-fiance's cousin.
Okay, all right. So give him a round of applause. So you actually went viral once. Unfortunately, our brother Kevin Samuels passed away,
Yeah,
and I actually did a video about a tattoo that somebody put either on somebody's, was it a leg?
yeah, that was Bandman Kivo. He did the tattoo the day after, or the day of, or the day after that I did mine.
Right, because yours was the one that and it was everybody talking shit about you
Yeah,
and that tattoo. Where was your tattoo placed at?
it was placed on the back of the calf.
Okay, the back of the calf.
Hmm.
Now, everybody was talking about that particular tattoo. We'll put a photo of what it was here.
Okay.
But let me ask you this, brother. Why did you actually go ahead and what inspired you to get the tattoo of brother Kevin Samuels, in the back of the leg?
It's kind of like you know, a lot of us grew up without fathers. My father was in and out of my life. Like I could reach out to him or whatever. But a lot of us grew up without fathers. We didn't grow up with Mac principles. We weren't taught what the purpose of the man and the woman was, what our traditional roles are supposed to be. Things like that. So Kevin Samuels was kind of like when you watch a kung fu movie and the student has a teacher, and then the teacher dies or the teacher is violated. So that's kind of where the energy came from. It was like, how people responded to his death, mainly Vivica Fox. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
For me, that was like the nail in the coffin. I mean, she was already disrespectful when she interviewed Ice Cube. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then when I seen that, plus the energy people were putting on Kevin Samuels after his death on social media, it was just too much. So I felt like
Mm-hmm.
I had to do some type of artistic expression to
Mm-hmm.
let them know, like, you'll never be on this level. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody will ever get Vivica face tattooed on them after she passed away. She's not
Mm-hmm.
going to leave any form of legacy or any
Mm-hmm.
or any value in anybody's life.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you, because you're a brother with a very entrepreneurial brother, and you're from the Black community, African American community, just like I am. What are some of the things kind of before prior to Kevin Samuels blowing up and talking about the issues that we were going through as Black men? What were Black men saying about the situations like with dating in Fayetteville, just in the local community of Black men? What were Black men talking about prior to Kevin Samuels and about the issues that we were having in the dating sector with Black women?
There's like a strong lack of accountability, self entitlement, unwillingness to compete. Um, but then at the same time, like, to be fair, a lot of us come from traumatic backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
We come from backgrounds where we didn't see like a husband and wife
Mm-hmm.
function long term, so we could peep
Mm-hmm.
game on that. So a lot of us expect traditional benefits from the opposite gender, but we're not willing to tap into that. And I feel like what Brother Samuels was trying to do was he was trying to fix the fractured family foundation of the Black community, because
Mm-hmm.
you don't have a nation without family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that stuck out that he said to me was like, a lot of us that have kids outside of wedlock, he
Mm-hmm.
was like, y'all need to get out of the data market because nobody wants y'all, and y'all need to fix the families that you started. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That was an important thing that point that stuck out to me. But
Mm-hmm.
man, it's like I don't know, man. I don't know if it's planned that we're having this almost like a gender war. I don't know if it's
Mm-hmm.
if it's manufactured or what. But what I believe is that because information goes so fast,
Mm-hmm.
uh, it's exposing fuckery. Like I feel like nature is correcting itself and it's correcting
Mm-hmm.
itself through the internet.
Okay. Okay. Because you know, I'm from the West Coast, and it seems like the same things that black men go through are the same almost throughout the whole entire country. And I noticed that a lot of black men kind of gather around the barber shop,
Mhm.
or kind of talk about ladies in that kind of situation was going only through rap music, like the NWAs and then Two Shorts, and they kind of develop on that was our way of talking about what we were going through and letting people know that women wasn't always nice and that they will set you up. Shout out to TSI Johnson. So hip hop was kind of exposing our perspective, but outside of that, we really didn't say a whole lot of stuff.
No.
And because women had Oprah, they had these magazines, Ebony, Essence. So
Yeah.
when Kevin came and he was able to convey that message, it was like, damn. A lot of brothers was like, man, okay, well, I got value too as a man. Like, even if I'm not a high value man right now, I can be if I keep on my path. Like,
Mhm.
no, wait a minute. It's not just me that got to compete for women. They need to compete for me also. Did you get that kind of feeling from Mr. Kevin Samuels when you listened to him, or did you already kind of have that feeling before?
Yeah. I see a lot of people, they'll say like I've seen some videos here lately, like how women feel like men have the audacity to say that they're the prize, or to describe like what our purpose or what value that we bring. We bring a lot to the table, not just providing. We also provide provision. We also provide protection. We also provide foresight. We're normally focused on the future. Normally, men are the ones that leave behind an inheritance. So, we do bring a lot to the table. I'm not going to say
Mm-hmm.
more so than women, but we do bring a great deal to the table.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think that what black men bring to the table is so neglected in our community?
I would say because we American society is almost like a has a gynocentric perspective. Um, it's just a straight up imbalance. It's this that's all I could describe it as, just imbalance.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
So when did you start watching Kevin? Like, do you remember? And what was the first video that you saw him? And because sometimes his brothers will be like, "Oh man, this fraud. He fake. He ain't the truth."
Yeah,
But
yeah,
because we kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
what made you start really watching his content? And what was it about his content that really drew you in?
The first video was the average at best video. Uh,
Okay.
that pulled me in. Like some of the things that he was saying to her was like, wow. And the thing was, it was that she was just speaking. He just let her speak, and she exposed herself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started diving in a little bit more into more of his videos, and it was just blowing content. So I even went back as far as to like his first videos, and I started
Mm-hmm.
learning that he was checking men first.
Right.
He was trying to put men on game first, and checking their entitlement and their unrealistic expectations. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But that wasn't popular. What came
Mm-hmm.
popular was when he started addressing women,
The
mainly
women.
black women, which are some of
Okay.
the biggest consumers. So it makes sense, why he was so popular with that community.
Now that lady, in fact, was from North Carolina. I don't know if she was from your
Yeah,
state.
yeah. I just seen an update on her. She was on some like dating channel,
Yeah.
and
Was she
she
from Fayetteville?
I don't think she was from Fayetteville.
Yeah, it's North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask you in your city because she seemed like she wasn't a bad lady or anything like that, but she's making about $100,000 a year. She's in her 30s, and she
Mm.
also wanted a man that was doing the same. But let me ask you this because I know in Fayetteville, I don't know what the incomes are, but if you're a brother and you don't, you in your 30s and you making over $120,000 a year, what opportunities does a black man with that kind of income in Fayetteville, who can they date if they decent looking and they have that income? Would they want somebody like her, or in your opinion, what kind of opportunities does a black man have in your city that's doing very well?
In my city, it would actually depend because it seems that women more or they're more attracted to the men who other
Mm-hmm.
women want. You know what I
Okay,
mean? So
right,
it could be a broke dude, it could be a dude with some money. It don't really matter. It's like
right,
if they feel like other women want you, that's what they want.
right,
And my city is like they want what they can't have. Yeah,
right.
you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. But do you think like a woman like that, just in America,
Mhm,
$100,000 a year,
mhm.
she got a kid, wanting somebody that was doing better than her? Do you think that somebody like her would typically get that kind of stuff?
Um, I'm not saying it's not possible, but
Hmm.
most likely no.
Why is that?
It's like not a even it's if you look at it like a business transaction, it's not a good
Hmm.
deal. It's not a
Okay.
good deal. You know what I mean? It's like besides the money and
Hmm.
having access to her body, she hasn't really expressed like what the man will get. And that's what I'm noticing in my city. Like if you hop on Facebook, they're always telling that women are always giving advice on how you should treat them, what type of man
Hmm.
you should be, but they never follow it with, but if you do this, this is what you'll get from me. Um, what
Hmm.
what you'll get from them is always conditional, even their
Hmm.
love.
Hmm.
Even their love is conditional. So it's getting to
Right.
the point where it's like, what's the point? Because
Exactly.
it's like they seem to have more fun in a side chick position. Like
Right.
that's more exciting. So it's like,
Hmm.
well, why don't we just treat all y'all like? Why don't we just we'll boss up, and then
Hmm.
y'all have to go along with our rules and our terms, just like Diddy with there was a young mime.
Young Miami. Right.
Yeah, she got to go with his plan. That's what I noticed too with Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey. What I
Right.
noticed is that what she likes is entering into these men's world, right? And
Right.
then it's a level that most women will never know about. So she
Right.
enters into these men's world, then she gets bored. That's what's
Exactly.
happening. You know what I mean? And it's like what I'm seeing is like a lot of people applauding that. But if
Hmm.
men do that, we're wrong for doing that.
Exactly.
They're giving her an out like, well, she's young, she's
Hmm.
too young to get married. She should still be having fun. But if that was a man, it
That's
would not
true.
flow like that.
Nope. You're absolutely right. And I'm glad you mentioned that because that's why people hated Kevin so much because you just brought it out. You said, listen, what does these men get? What is their reward? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If a brother's gonna come out here and you telling me I need to have, because it's crazy. I was talking to Dr. C.S. Johnson. He was saying, and he teaches at Fresno State University in California.
Mm.
He said that a lot of women even expect these guys at 18 years old in the classroom to be making $100,000 a year.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Imagine that.
Oh yeah.
Out of high school, you should be making 100, like just unrealistic expectations. And then, let's say, for God forbid, somebody was able to hit that, they don't get shit for it. I mean, am I right? We black men,
Yeah.
they don't get into for it. And this is the reason why they hated Kevin Samuels because he was like, listen, y'all are now offering these black men, y'all want them to give you this, this, and this. You're not giving them nothing. But then I don't know if you're seeing it in Fayetteville, because I know it's quite a few blacks out there. But are you seeing this shift for a lot of black men, like dating other races of women? Is that happening a lot more in the city that you in?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'll say this. Um, when I go to Charlotte and I go to Raleigh, which is like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours away, you see a lot of brothers with Asian women, Latino women, white women. The last time I went out to Raleigh, I seen so many beautiful white girls with nice asses. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And those brothers actually look happy.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And when I was super pro black, I didn't get it. Like even still now, I still prefer black women over any other
Right.
race. But
Right.
now I get it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I get it. It seems like majority women who aren't black are more feminine and
Mm-hmm.
cooperative than black
Mm-hmm.
women are.
Mm-hmm.
That's and you always got to throw this in there. Anytime you talk about
Not
black
all.
men or black women, you always got to say not all, but most.
Exactly.
And it's like why?
Exactly.
And it's like yo, it's crazy that you even got to say that.
I already knew you was going with it. But when you talk about black men, they never say not all, do they?
Never say not all. They always generalize.
Right.
Always.
All you is Dusty. So, and
All of us.
I'm glad you mentioned that because and that's the thing that Kevin was trying. Kevin actually really loved black women in the black community
Mm-hmm.
because most of the guys that you're describing, the ones that you go to Raleigh, you go to Charlotte, and those are pretty good cities for, especially Charlotte for banking and good jobs out there.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers do good and go to school out there. They don't even say anything about black women. They just move away. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black men don't even waste their time talking about this.
Yeah.
I got friends that are dentists. I got friends that are attorneys. If you ask them behind closed doors, they'll tell you. But they're not gonna be on no damn YouTube stream talking about black women. They just out. They're
Yeah.
like, I'm out. You see
Yeah.
brothers, in Spain on trips and whatever. They not even worried about black women no more. They just out. It's the black men that actually care enough about you to say something and that trying to tell you like, hey, this is the reason why these brothers is going away. Because like you said, you have brothers like you that was, and I'm still very much so, more or less, in the Pan African pro black community. But you see a lot of brothers lose their zeal because they're seeing what's going on in the community. So brothers start saying, well, I'm trying to be staying here, but as a man, I'm feeling like, I'm not even respected. Like the black woman got to be always over me, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really feeling it. That's why a lot of black men don't go to the church no more. It's always like we got to be below. The men are not empowered in our community by the masses, and so you see a lot of these brothers that just don't. They just leave. They don't even complain about black women at all. They keep it to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Go get a white woman with, like you said, a fat ass. They're happy, smiling. And then you get a brother like Kevin Samuels trying to bring it to the forefront, like, yo, the reason why these dudes that got money is leaving is because y'all don't respect them. And then you get all these ladies upset, and then you looking at what they're trying to bring to the table. I was looking at Kendra G last night. There's a chick literally with like 3 kids on food stamps. Don't believe me? Here's a video. She's on food stamps making demands about what some dude got to do for her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's shocking, but it is not. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of black men, like, wait a minute, you want me to do what? I done went to school and worked hard all my life and got my business to deal with this. Oh no, I'm not dealing with that. And I think that's what Kevin said was trying to bring to the forefront. But was you shocked that he had so many? How did you feel about Kevin Samuels having so many female supporters that agree with him?
I mean, I was actually happy to see that, especially when people would like women would call in and they'd be like, I got the ring, I'm engaged, I'm happy now. A lot of women will call in women pick me's, which is a derogatory term for for women who actually want to be submissive in a relationship under a good man, which is ridiculous. Also, what I noticed is that
Right.
man, we got so much against us, both black men and black women. But as a black man, I told a female that I was dating before, like, yo, it's crazy because when I walk out the door, I'm faced with the dominant society and all the bumps and walls that we got to hurdle. But then we're also under attack by our own women in our own community. You know what I'm saying? In the
Right.
household, in the dating market, like it's crazy too, because like if you think like a lot of black men already have like personality disorders, mental disorders,
Mm-hmm.
self-esteem issues and stuff like that. And for your woman or our women that's supposed to lift us up, we're constantly being beat down and talked upon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's just crazy, yo. It's just, if you start to feel like you in the battle by yourself.
Right. Is that one of the reasons why you kind of fell away from a lot of the pro-black kind of community, because you kind of felt like the men were kind of being disenfranchised a little bit?
No, what I with the black community or the conscious community, it just was like getting out of hand. It became like WWE with the debates and the beefs. There was no real progress or solutions being made. And then it started really getting weird with the young pharaohs and the nature boys, and you know what I'm saying. It just was like, oh, and the polites. It's just like, yo, it's just too weird. It's just weird.
Okay, okay.
And
So let
then
me go ahead.
I'll say this too.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, like we got to be able to get past um this body and this skin color, because
Mm-hmm.
we are spirits or humans in this fleshy vehicle. This fleshy vehicle does not define who we really are inside.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I get it. We're here. We're under this title, and these things come with it. I get that, but at some point we got to be able to evolve past that.
No, I definitely agree. Let me kind of get back to the tattoo, because it went viral on many blogs,
Yeah.
and you actually reached out to me like, that's me, and that's how I got to know you.
Mm-hmm.
So many people talk so much about you.
Mm-hmm.
Then Batman Kevo came later. What did you? I mean, how was it dealing with those commenters and people that was assassinating your particularly your character for the tattoo? How did you feel about that, and how did you handle that?
Um, at first I was cool with it, and then when it persisted on to like the second and third day, I got a little irritated. But then I had to think like, yo, when Jay-Z or NBA YoungBoy drops a new song, when you look at the likes and the dislikes on YouTube, it's 50-50. You know what I'm saying? It's 50-50. And you need the people who are talking and sharing it to also promote. So the people that are hating don't even realize like you're bringing more attention and awareness to who I am and my artistic skill set. And it was probably about like 60% people talking shit, but then there was
Mm-hmm.
that other 40% that was like, y'all tripping, this is fly.
Right.
Yeah.
How do people react when they see it in your city?
Well, I haven't even seen my cousin-in-law since we done the tattoo. There was a couple people who some of his friends were talking about him on his Facebook platform. I think he posted at one time, and this one girl said, "So I do have a gay friend." Right.
So you gave him the tattoo, right? You gave him
Yeah,
the
and it's
tattoo.
crazy because like I'm like, yo, if you knew me and you knew him, there's no way you will make that connection.
Right. Why do you think black women were calling brothers that were supporting Kevin Samuels fans gay?
I feel like that's just one of the what they say, shame,
Shaming tactic.
insults, guilt, and the need to be right. That's just their weapon of choice. When they're losing a debate or a battle, they always go to shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
it was like, yo, y'all are proving his talking points by
Right.
how you're conducting yourself.
Let me talk about the sisters that was supporting Kevin Samuels. There was many of them. I think he probably had as many women fans as as brothers like ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I noticed about Kevin Samuels' female fans, at least in the chats, these ladies were typically very, very good looking. Um,
Mm-hmm.
if you notice that, like that's why he was going over there. Kevin Samuels has some good looking women, right?
Yeah.
And I think the women who understood what Kevin Samuels was trying to say, I never seen no real good, beautiful woman talk shit about Kevin Samuels.
That's a
I've
fact.
never seen it.
That is a fact. And when I
I've
and
never seen it.
when I was looking at most of the comments on the different posts, different pages that I shared, the tattoo, most of the women out were not my takes that were talking. They were not my takes.
Let me talk about kind of one of the things here with the kind of with the black church, because Jamal Harrison Bryant, he has something to say. And again, I know a lot of brothers have kind of strayed away from the church, and a lot of black women are in the church praying for a high value man, praying for God to send them a man,
I seen
in their
that meme you
situation.
posted.
Yeah. Yeah, on my QME tab. Maybe I could put that meme in right now so you see it. But
Yeah.
a lot of ladies were always kind of praying for to send a man. And for us as black men, women want us to work for them. I mean, like, if you're broke, go get you some money, go get you some skill sets. I had a girl tell me, like, listen, once you finish medical school, come back and talk to me. You know what I mean? She's straight out like that. You have to go be somebody to get with most of these black women. If you're not the tall, athletic guy, you got to go be somebody before they talk to you. Now, but with them, they don't feel like it's necessary for them to work on themselves for us. They'll go to school and work on themselves and get a good job, or they'll do things to get them in the business world. But when it's with the black men, they just they deserve a man because they're a hard worker. They deserve a man because they went to school, but they expect the man to go out there and get himself ready for her. What do you? What do you think that mindset is still there, or am I kind of tripping?
I definitely think so. This is one thing that I noticed too, right? Like a good majority of men do not find overweight women attractive, right? But
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of us are still sleeping with them.
He ain't lying.
Oh, it's
So
facts.
right. So if we were not sleeping with them, they would have no choice but to start changing their lifestyle. It's the same thing with the way women are over sexualizing themselves on social media. If we stop paying them attention, they go away. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why
Mm-hmm.
they're thriving is because we're paying them attention.
Right. You're absolutely right. Those IG models and everything like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, man, I know that you have a lot of things that you personally do, and you're a busy man, and you have a few different kind of similar related businesses. And we were talking about how busy I was. You was like, well, I got this and this too. I got stuff I got to do, right? And I was remembering that, and I'm thinking about guys such as yourself, brothers who are out here trying to be entrepreneurs in the world, um, you know, really trying to do stuff, trying to get that money. You know, guys who are entrepreneur and trying to really make it, we are not the kind of guys that are going to be really dealing with no bullshit like that, because I don't think a lot of ladies respect guys like us. Whatever you do, whether you in the brother that's selling cars, you the brother that's doing what I'm doing, you brother doing what you're doing. You have a lot of black men out there trying to do business and trying to really do something with themselves. And then some woman thinks that as hard as business is, that some successful black man is going to just put up with that mouth, or put up with that bad attitude. And what I'm seeing is brothers like yourself and other black men who are doing very well. I know one of my brothers got like 12 houses, making like $700,000 a year. But there's so many dudes, once they get to a certain level, they won't even talk to sisters at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if they're at the club, they just don't want to have no issues. Do these women actually know, like, for the black men out there that have the ability to do good, that how many options that they have? Can you speak on that?
No, I don't think they. I don't think they think about that. Um, it's like what I'm starting to realize is the way men perceive reality and the way women perceive reality is totally different. You know what I mean? For example,
Right.
a lot of like dudes like me and you, right? We're focused on generational wealth and breaking generational curses, right? But most, not all, are only concerned with how they feel right now and if they're having fun or not. That's it. So it's like a majority of them kind of like come off like children in the body of an adult.
Exactly. Don't be mad. Oh, we gotta say not all.
Not all, not all, but a good majority, and they know that.
Right.
Um, this is the thing, right? Um, I feel like it's gonna take men to correct men, right? And it's gonna take women to correct women. But I feel like a majority of women are scared to check or correct other women because they know that attitude, they know that kickback, they know that she know your secrets and you know hers. You know what I mean? So they almost have like this code among themselves to always support what they're doing, whether it's negative or positive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I seen like a lot of women who would support their homegirl cheating. They won't try to talk them out of it, or try to explain how this is like not right, or what I mean. They always seem to make sense of bad behavior.
Right. But then when it comes to the black man, like you said, Lori Harvey, a lot
Mhm.
of them making sense out of that.
Right.
But then if you do it, I do it. Oh, we got to go to the cross like Jesus. You know what I mean? They be mad. But
Yeah,
brother,
that's
tell
that.
everybody. Go ahead.
Have you heard that song by that new artist from Memphis, a female artist? Her name is Glorilla.
No, what was
She
that
has a
song?
song called FNN. No, FNF. It's called Free.
What? I gotta check
Yeah,
that out.
yeah, and it's like the latest jam for the summer.
Oh
It's
my God!
and I feel like that song is like the spirit of most modern women.
Wow, free. I heard it all.
Yeah.
But brother, go ahead and tell people about how they can get in contact with you on Instagram and again the services and stuff that you provide and stuff. Go ahead and let them know about that, brother.
Okay, so you can most people get in contact with me on Instagram. Even if you don't have an account, it's not a private account, and it's King Thesis. It's all one word: KingThesis. And in my bio, there's a landing page to everything that I do, and you can just kind of scroll and see all the stuff that I create and all the stuff that I produce. If you need to get in contact with me directly, you can email me at thesisoriginals@yahoo.com.
All right, give them a round of applause and make sure you put that website there.
No
And
doubt.
brother, I do thank you for giving me a great episode. I'm glad that you were able to tattoo that on your cousin, right?
Right.
Yeah. So,
Right. And can I add one more thing too?
yeah, go ahead, brother. Do you
I,
think?
I just copyrighted the Saint Samuel's artwork. So at the end of this week, I will have T-shirts available.
All right, cool. All right. So, brother, I definitely thank you so much for for coming on. Check him out. The first comment pin at the top, I'll put a link to his actual Instagram page, guys. Check him out. And as you know, guys, keep it real. We out. Peace.